As project managers, we're lucky to have a full set of tools available to us to help us approach any project challenge. We have tools that bring our teams together, uncover issues, guide a project to an end, and everything in between. Determining what tools should be used in each situation can feel daunting. There are definitely some you could use for every project, while others collect a bit more dust. The SWOT analysis is one that gets left in the toolbox a little bit too often. It's a great tool that can bring a team together, create transparency around tough issues, and identify key risks and opportunities that will help with project planning. Let's take a deeper look to see when and why you should give a SWOT analysis a bigger spotlight in your projects. A SWOT analysis is a strategic planning tool that allows you and your team to determine organizational strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It's typically represented as a table or matrix with each element in its own section or quadrant. A SWOT analysis assesses both internal and external factors. Internal factors are aspects within your control, things like skills, assets, resources, and competitive advantage. They're typically the strengths and weaknesses categories in the SWOT matrix. External factors are outside of your control. They might be major events, economic changes, marketplace shifts, pandemics, and even more. These are the opportunities and threats. You can use a SWOT analysis to evaluate a project, business plan, content strategy, and even yourself. It's very adaptable to many situations. This type of analysis can be useful in project management because it allows you to identify areas of risk and growth within a project or team. From there, you and your team can use those findings to create a strategic plan that improves your chance of project success. A SWOT analysis is made up of 4 core elements: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. Let's dive into what each SWOT component means and explore some simple examples of each one. Strengths are factors within your control that will help the project succeed. They might include a person, existing skill set, how the organization is positioned, or a specific aspect about the scoped project. Listing out your strengths first helps create a clear understanding of what success looks like and start your SWOT analysis on a positive note. On screen are some examples of project strengths. Weaknesses are internal factors that could negatively impact the project and make it difficult to succeed. Some strengths on your list might lead to a clear weakness, while weaknesses can help you identify opportunities in the next step. Talking about weaknesses can be uncomfortable because no one likes dwelling on the gaps. If you do a SWOT analysis with an external client, let your team know what's okay to call out in front of the client versus what's best discussed internally. For example, it's good to alert your client to the fact that your team is working on 2 projects at once because it sets clear expectations around your availability and response time. Take a look at some of the examples of project weaknesses I've listed on screen. Opportunities are factors that can help your project succeed or save it from failure if correctly executed. The tricky thing is, they're a bit outside of your control. They might be opportunities that already exist but haven't been acted on, or they might be future wins that will come with the completion of the project. Reviewing the strengths and weaknesses you've already captured in your SWOT analysis will help you get ideas for this list. Just be sure any opportunities you include are concrete and realistic. Here are some examples of project opportunities. Threats are external factors that could hurt the success of your project and are often out of your control. Identifying these factors before the project begins can help you set expectations with your team and stakeholders around potential points of failure. I've noted some examples of project threats on screen. A SWOT analysis is a simple yet powerful exercise that can easily flow into a project manager's strategic planning process. It gives you and your team space to worry and dream and can also bring the project and its variables into more focus. But how you complete the analysis and what you do with its findings determines the true value of the tool. Let's look at several advantages a SWOT analysis can provide when it's done right. Conducting a SWOT analysis enables you to identify areas of weakness and potential project gaps from the start. That way you can address any concerns with a proactive project plan. Of course, not all risks are factors you can control, but at least knowing them allows you to create a better strategy. Performing a SWOT analysis also gives you the chance to discuss strengths and opportunities. Focusing on the good aspects of your project and team sets a positive tone right from the start. It also shines a light on skills and aspects you might not have realized you have available to you. As a project manager, you should always be thinking, but what do they really want? A lot of time goes into the project scope, but the client always forgets to mention something. Think of your SWOT analysis as a free-form brainstorming session that gives you another chance to listen and learn. It's always easier to work new insights or hidden scope into the plan at the beginning of a project instead of the middle or the end. Doing a SWOT analysis before a project begins can also uncover new project opportunities. While some of these items might be addressed in the current scope, many will not be. This opens the door to discuss Phase 2 work that could generate additional revenue for both you and the client. When reviewing a project's contract scope, I always find red flags, those pesky items that keep every project manager up at night. A SWOT analysis makes it easy to sneak those concerns in with a positive so you don't have to be a downer in your first meetings. It also gives others a chance to raise red flags so the bad news isn't always coming from you. Discussing these up front makes everyone aware of the risks, not just select stakeholders. Completing this activity as a team with different levels of stakeholders from both sides can set the stage for effective communication. Establishing an open, transparent, direct, and welcoming environment early on can help everyone navigate future conversations no matter how tricky. It also builds a culture of collaborative problem solving. As a project manager, you might feel like you have to solve all the hard issues yourself, but creating a team approach can lift some of that weight right off your shoulders. While a SWOT analysis can be a useful planning tool in project management, other tools are too. So when does it make sense to leave this tool in the toolbox? Here are a few reasons a SWOT analysis might not be a productive use of your time. Sometimes a client limits your access to their team, leaving you with only 1 to 2 people to talk to on the client side. If you can't pull a diverse group of stakeholders together from both sides, it's unlikely you'll be able to build a comprehensive and effective SWOT matrix. The reality is, you won't have an open and transparent relationship with every client. It might be because they're new or have a different culture of communication in their organization. Or maybe your sales team committed to a project they shouldn't have. Whatever the reason, if you or your client can't be transparent about weaknesses and threats, your SWOT analysis won't be very useful. If your budget is small, you likely have limited resources to complete the project, and that includes your own time as a project manager. While conducting a SWOT analysis workshop is a relatively quick task, it's not going to be effective unless you spend time creating and executing an action plan afterwards. If you can't reasonably take action on what you may uncover, go ahead and skip the SWOT analysis. If you've worked with a client several times before and don't appear to be solving a new or hard problem or approaching a new product or revenue stream, there's no need to go through the motions of a SWOT exercise. Are you managing a project with money goals and a scope that's constantly changing, even though somehow a contract got signed? If so, it's best to put all your energy into workshops and tools to focus on clearly defining what you're doing. In my experience, projects like these just lead to vague SWOTs anyway. And that's it for this introductory video on a SWOT analysis. I hope you found it helpful. If you did, I'd love it if you could return the favor and hit the like button, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. And if you'd like to find out how TeamGantt can help you plan and manage your projects, click the link in the description and sign up for a free account. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.